Game of Thrones, COVID-19, and more on today's episode of A Dog's Talk. Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome back to this 8th episode of A Dog's Talk. The title of it is a very interesting one. It's called Winter is Coming, and winter is here. I live in the great state of Maine, so it is definitely here. We are in the month of January now. We're actually almost done the month of January. So we're moving into February. So we're in the winter. Winter's here, so it's not coming anymore, but it's here. But I thought the name of this episode should be something from the fantastic and terrible series of Game of Thrones that I know I'm behind on watching it from everyone else, but I just recently watched the entire thing. It took me a few months only because I started it when I was back in school. And so I just finished it in, I don't even remember. I think it was in December at some time. But we'll get more into Game of Thrones a little later into the show. First, I just want to say I'm video recording myself for the first time today for this podcast. I'm looking at myself in the camera right now. Hopefully it's an acceptable format for the first time that I do it. It's definitely an interesting thing for me to be filming myself, because normally I've just been talking when no one's been looking, which is an easy skill to do, but we'll see how the video comes out. I'm still going to post it no matter what, I think. You can see my studio, aka my room, and I'm trying to hide my bed just because there's a few clothes on it. So I might cover that out, but that'll be funny to hear over the podcast. But anyway, thank you so much for joining in today. Thank you so much if you're new, thank you so much for starting to listen. Make sure you go check out the other episodes of the podcast. If you're returning, thank you so much for returning. I should move back from the microphone. Sorry for anyone's eardrums that I just blew out. But anyway, let's get right into the show, shall we? So we got a pretty interesting show today, kind of just interesting topics, kind of not relating to anything or relating to each other in that matter. Just things to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about is I currently have COVID. As I'm recording this right now, I don't remember what day I'm in, but I got COVID. This is the second time I've had COVID. The first time was last year, kind of at this time but it was early spring. I don't remember what month it was, but yeah, so that was the first time I had COVID at college, and then now I have it at home. And so this time around has been much easier for me. The first time around, I was very sick. I didn't end up going to the hospital, thank God. I didn't need to, but I was still pretty sick. And this time I've been sick too, but it's been better because I have the shot, I have the booster. So I like to think that both of those together, and me having COVID in the past, have kind of helped me with not feeling as sick as I did the first time. But yeah, so this is the second time I've had it in my life. It's not fun. Like I said, I think it was the first episode I ever created talking about kind of like the vaccine and stuff. It's not a fun disease to get. No one should want it. Everyone should get the vaccine just to protect themselves from ever getting it. And so, yeah, this is the second time that I've had it. Not fun at all. Because it puts you down on your butt for a few days. And then you start to feel better, but you still have it. Like, my voice might sound different right now from other episodes because, it is a little hoarse. I'm congested. I don't have much of a cough, but you never know. A cough might come up during this episode, and I'm going to try and hold it back as much as I can. But anyway, I'm dealing with COVID right now. For those of you looking on the YouTube, I don't think you can tell if, I don't know. I hope you can't tell if I'm sick or not, but because then that would be boring to look at me like that. But anyway, yeah, my voice is going to sound a little different, I bet, just a little more hoarse and all that stuff. But I made sure not to record this episode like in the first few days of when I tested positive, because I sounded terrible, so it would not have been pleasant to listen to me, and it probably wouldn't be pleasant for me recording it like that, because I do listen to myself as I talk, so yeah, that's why I didn't do that. So that was probably a good call on my part. But anyway, so yeah, COVID's not fun, no bueno. And yeah, like there's not much else I can say on it. And with me having COVID and stuff, like it's not fun. You definitely don't want it. I hope I don't get it a third time. I hope we have a strong enough vaccine that wipes out all variants, or at least like it doesn't like make it like so that you're so sick. And so yeah, so I hope I don't get it a third time. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. But you never know. You never know. You never know. So speaking on that, this is kind of early in the episode. It's 6 minutes in. I gotta do it though. I'm sorry. I'm putting in a break right here just because we got a lot of stuff to cover, and I gotta put in some time for breaks and advertisements. At least that's what I've been told. And so I'm putting this in right here. There will be another break later on. As you know, I only do two breaks during the show. But I do just have to get those in. So this is what I'm going to put in a break right here. Don't go away. Please stick with me through it, because we're going to be talking about, an experience I literally just had before recording this episode, and then I'm reviewing two things after that, so make sure you stick around for that. Welcome back. I hope that ad wasn't too painful. I gotta check some of the filters on those ads, because I think some of them are a little interesting is what I'm going to describe it as, because I listen to some of my old shows. I don't typically like listening to myself back, but I do it to kind of just learn and see what I got to do better on the next one. So, and I didn't like some of the ads that were coming up, so I got to check some of those filters for these next few episodes. Anyway, so an experience I just had. I'm not happy about this experience at all. By all means, I hope everything gets fixed and stuff, and all that. But I regret to inform you all that the power beats, which if you don't know what power beats are, like if you're looking at the video, this is new for me. I just thought everyone would be looking at the video, so I pointed it out. But if you are watching the video of this, I'm just going to move my head real quick. Hold on. The thing I just pointed to are my in-ear monitors. It's what allows me to hear myself as I'm talking. If you don't know what power beats are, they kind of look like that. They're for going to the gym. They're cordless. They got a cord that connects both like ear things, whatever. Other than that, they're cordless and wireless, and they hook in through Bluetooth and stuff. So I use them to go to the gym. I just got them this Christmas, and I am so stupid. I literally did my laundry today and pulled them out of my sweatshirt that I wear at the gym. So upset. Like, I didn't even think about it. I usually always take them out of my sweatshirt pocket. But not this time, clearly. And so, yep, they got washed. And they still work, but like you have it above like 60% volume level and it's still low. So what I'm going to try and do. If anyone knows how to fix that, now I could do the old rice trick and stuff, but that takes rice, and I don't think I have rice right now. But if there's anything else that people have done in the past where like you've had AirPods or whatever, earbuds, and you've thrown them through the wash or in the shower or whatever, let me know if there's any good tips and stuff. What I've found online, this brings up some good points. Sorry, excuse me. What I was communicating with an Apple support person, and really all they could do was recommend repair for me. But obviously that costs money, so budgeting things, and I'm just gonna look it up right now on ways to help. I might not even be doing this right. Ways to help with that doesn't that's not going to bring up a good result. You have to know how to word things. See, this was a something one of my grade school classes back in the day was searching things by keywords like that would give you the best result. I never got it really, so I just search things like the way they come through my head, and sometimes that's probably why I don't get good results all the time. What am I going to look up? I'm trying to find good ways, what I found on the internet. Ways, let's just go back to this. Ways to get water out of earbuds. Now, Tim, why are you looking this up when I could just look this up myself? Well, you're listening to me right now, either driving, just chilling on your couch, you're watching me through YouTube. I'll do the research for you. Which brings, actually, I didn't add this to my thing. Here, hold on. I know this is going to be kind of boring, but this is a show where it's very unplanned. Well, it's planned. It's planned up to a certain point. Like I've said before, and I'm going off topic, but real quick, if you're new, I don't have a script I read off of. I hate reading off scripts. So unless it's a sponsorship thing, but other than that, it's just bullet points that I do. 'Cause that's, even if I did a speech, I don't like reading off a speech, like a big piece of paper that I've written, and I've never liked reading off, because then what happens is I just read word for word what it says on the paper, and I don't even come up with ad-libbed things. So this show's all ad-libbed. There. And so so that's why I'm looking all this stuff up right now. I should have done that before. I admit I should have done that before. But anyway, back to the topic that we're talking about. So here's the header for this website. This website is called mynewmicrophone.com. That's interesting. The subject for this paragraph is earphones that got submerged in other liquids. Okay. If your earphones or headphones got submerged in dirty water or other liquids, it is recommended that before drying them out, immerse the earphones twice in distilled water. What? I don't think so. Why? Note that distilled water does not contain the electrolytes or impurities that could potentially short the circuits. But okay. At that same point that I'm struggling with you're just gonna put in more water, and I get the electrolyte, whatever. Who has distilled water just sitting around in their house? I know I don't. I just have normal water because that's what I drink. You're not supposed to drink distilled water, so unless you use distilled water for cleaning, but who just has that? Okay, this obviously isn't the best website, but this is one thing I did do that they're saying to do. It says shake or jiggle the earphones while under. No, I didn't do that. I just shook them when they're out of water. Okay, I'm just gonna go off my head from what I did look up earlier because that website was not good. Anyway, what I did read earlier was that you shake them out of water, not in water, You shake them. It said do not use a hair dryer at all. Hair dryers can make the form, the way that they're shaped and stuff. It can make it disformed and stuff, and then it's not going to fit your ear right. So don't use a hair dryer or like a heat gun or anything like that. It said, if you have rice, do the rice thing. Shake them. There's not much you can do. Like, you could take them apart if you wanted to, if you have the tools and you're experienced and you know what you're doing. But don't take them apart if you don't know what you're doing. And then just let them dry out. Another big important thing that I read that I should have read before I did it was you're not supposed to turn them on right away and see if they work. And I did that, so we'll see. A report coming later, maybe on my Instagram or Twitter, if they work in like a few hours or so. So I'm trying some of those tips. I'm not going to try the distilled water thing because that just doesn't sound good to me, because you're just putting them back into water. Now I know that like they said, like it doesn't have the electrolytes or impurities, but like that, something just about that, putting them back in water to help them with water damage, doesn't seem like a good thing for me. And which brings up another topic, like a lot of these like newer like technology, a lot of these newer like devices like the Apple Watch or my iPhone, my new iPhone, have a setting on them that if you do put anything in water, I mean they're water resistant up to a certain amount. If you do get them in water, you can easily get like everything out of like the nooks and crannies that have attracted water by like vibrations and stuff. And I wonder, like, these that are made by Apple, because Apple, I believe, owns Beats or has like a partnership. I think they own Beats though. Why didn't Apple put that capability in these that are for playing sounds? So why isn't there a setting that I can just press on my phone that says, "Oh, you've got water here. Play this sound that will vibrate your power beats and get out all the water." Come on now, like Apple's got millions and millions, billions and billions, of dollars, and they couldn't like develop that. Now I don't know. Now I just got these, so they're new. So yeah, I don't know, but I can tell you this: I was not happy when now it was completely my fault. It was obviously not Apple's fault. I'm just a klutz, I guess, but come on, where's the feature that gets the water out? Like, or why aren't these water resistant? Like, they should be sweat resistant, because most people use these at the gym. So like my sound is low when I'm up past 60%. Like, hopefully it comes back normal after I let it dry and stuff. I don't know. I'm just like lost for words, upset that I did that to my new Power Beats. But whatever. People can make fun of me for doing that because it was kind of funny, I guess. But yeah. So that was an experience that literally happened today, just before I got on the air here and got behind the mic and started recording, was that my Power Beats that I use at the gym, my new Power Beats, are currently broken because I put them in the washer. Let me know if that experience has happened to you. You can shoot me an email, shoot me a tweet on Twitter. I'm interested, and let me know if you have any helpful tips, or if you think I should just get them repaired through Apple. Yeah, so that's my story of the day. I'm going to move into reviewing two things. The first thing I'm going to review is actually a movie that has been out for a while, but kind of like Game of Thrones, I just watched it today. And it's called it's a movie. I don't know if you'll know it, but it's called Saving Private Ryan. Now, obviously, I'm a huge admirer of Tom Hanks. Everything he does, I think, is brilliant. He's a brilliant actor. This is the first time I saw this movie, and let me say, it was very bloody. gory, intense. But the writing, the storytelling, the acting was all amazing. It was a great story. It was a fun story well, obviously, like, the story wasn't fun, but watching it was very entertaining. It just, like, brings to light, like, what many of the soldiers who are currently serving and back in the 1940s during World War II were what they were experiencing and stuff. And it's a great representation of that. Now, obviously, I don't know because I'm not currently serving, or I didn't serve back then, but great appreciation to all veterans or all currently serving members of the military. And they keep everyone safe, and they're like, the military people that I know, either veterans or currently serving, are some of the bravest people I've met. And that goes for, like, I'm guessing that goes for every single one of them who are currently serving or who have served. Some of the bravest people ever. And and we owe our lives to them and our safety to them. And really, this movie proves that even back then, we're currently, like, living safe because of the war that was fought back then. And this, going from a movie review to just talking about the military, is not something I had planned, but it's such an important thing to talk about. And just bringing it back to the movie, it really makes you think of how important these people are. And even though the movie was not based on true event, or is not based on a true story, it's still, like, a lot of that stuff, like D-Day, like the truest battle that was in there, I believe, was D-Day. Now, I'm not a historian. I don't know if the battle at the bridge at the end was real or not, but I know the story of, like, Saving Private Ryan was not, like, real, but D-Day, the D-Day scene was, obviously. And so, it was just a very entertaining movie to watch. Tom Hanks is brilliant, is amazing in it. He's amazing in everything, like I said, and it was just a great movie. Definitely a 10 out of 10 recommend. There are some intense scenes, obviously, if you haven't seen it, but I'm guessing most people have seen it. And so definitely would recommend watching it. I believe it was free on Prime today, is how I watched it. I want to say, yeah, or is HBO Max, but I'm not sure. But definitely go check out Saving Private Ryan. So the next review I want to kind of talk about is I've known about this company for a long time, and I'm not sponsored by them. I just want to make that clear. I'm not sponsored by this company at all. I just want to, like, talk about and review their product that I just purchased, but I've known about them for a while. And it's Harry's. If you don't know what Harry's is, I believe it's just for, it's targeted towards men. And they make, soap, body wash. They make body lotion, shampoo, shaving stuff, all that stuff. I believe when I looked up the company, they were founded in 2012, I think. I could be wrong about that, but I believe I saw 2012. But it's a great company. I got, for the first time, it took a while, but I think that was the mail, like the postal service's fault. But I know they're short staffed, and there's a big problem with that, and mail getting, like, taking longer, but obviously it's not their fault because they're short staffed. But anyway, so my Harry's finally came today, and I used it for the first time, and I got the body wash, the Redwood body wash, along with the 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. The one thing I'll say about the 2-in-1 shampoo conditioner is that there's only one scent that you can get, and it's like a pepperminty mint kind of scent, which isn't bad, but, like, I would have liked to like chosen, like, have different options on choosing, like the redwood, the stone, like those types, or like just different scents, like, that I could have chosen from. And then I got the body lotion, but the scent is stone. And I really liked that scent the most, was the stone scented body lotion. And I think that's what I'm going to get in the body wash next time. But yeah, like, I noticed a huge difference because I used Dove Men Care before, but now I've using Harry's. Now I'm gonna stick to using Harry's because it smells good, and it I just like it more. Even after one use, I like all the products more. And it wasn't too expensive either, and they got a lot of deals that happen a lot. Maybe I'll get a sponsorship from them and can get promo codes and stuff. Maybe, wink, wink. But yeah, so a lot of good products from them. Definitely go check them out. It's Harry apostrophe S. So definitely go check them out. And definitely purchase some of their products. They're all really great. So that was a quick review of Harry's, only because that would be a boring part of the episode, I think, if I went into too much detail about that. So what you've all been waiting for next on A Dog's Talk is we're going to talk about Game of Thrones. At least I hope that's what you've all been waiting for. If you haven't seen Game of Thrones, skip to the end of the episode for a new announcement from me, just because I am going to give spoilers away if you haven't seen it. And so I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about the end. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, make sure you just skip to the end after the break. And so, yeah, right now I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll see you all back here so we can start talking about Game of Thrones. And welcome back. So, the moment I've been waiting for, hopefully it's the moment you've been waiting for. That sounds weird. Wait. Okay, there we go. That's why I listen to myself, so I can tell if I sound weird or not. But anyway, the moment everybody's been waiting for. Winter is coming. Winter is here. Game of Thrones. Just another warning, if you haven't seen it and you don't want to hear any spoilers, then make sure you just skip along to the end where I'm going to give a special announcement out. But I'll give you like 2 seconds. Ready? 1, 2. Nice. All right. So now let's get right into it. So I am behind, obviously. So everything that I'm going to talk about, people have already heard, but this is just my opinion on it, and everything. Game of Thrones was one of the best TV shows I've ever watched. And it was even better since that I could watch it on HBO Max without commercials, without waiting for like the next episode to come out a week from the last one. I really like watching that. Like, I really like that part of stuff on demand and stuff, because when I was younger and stuff and I wanted to watch a show, I would have to wait for the next episode to come out the next week or a week or two later, and I hate doing that, and I hate commercials. I absolutely hate commercials, even though I have them in this podcast. But anyway, it was one of the best TV shows I've ever seen. It was also one of the worst TV shows I've ever seen. Meaning, I loved the first. There's 8 seasons. I loved the first 6.5 seasons. So, many of you will probably agree with me. I've watched countless videos of other people ripping into the entire series. I don't agree with some of them. I just saw one today. I'm not going to mention any names of any channels or anything. But there was one YouTube video I saw that ripped into every single season. And what he basically said was that everything, I believe he said everything up to season 4 was good. Everything else after that, just, downfalled. Now, many people will agree with that. I am not someone who agrees with that. I think that up to season 7, very good. Very, very good. I loved the Jon Snow dying and then coming back. That That was a really good thing. Obviously, okay, wait. That was see, I say things and then I take them back. That wasn't a good thing, but it was brilliantly written, and I think to end I think it was wow. I think it was the end of season 5 into the beginning of season 6. To end that like that was awesome. And then because of the series, okay, because of Game of Thrones, Kit Harington, Richard Madden, and Emilia Clarke are now my 3 top favorite actors. And then like everybody else in that series is also in my top list for acting. So Sophie Turner, as I forget Peter Dinklage, just like everyone in that series. It doesn't matter how long Sean Bean, it doesn't matter how long they stuck around for. They all did an amazing job acting in it. The crew was good. The writers we'll get to in a second. But it was just, everyone who was acting in it did an amazing job, and those 3 are my now top favorite actors currently. And so yeah, I love a series that, and I said this in the last one, I love movies or TV shows that you watch and you feel like you're in it. You feel like you're a part of it. And Game of Thrones was by far the best one that I've seen. The best TV show, not the best like movie and TV show. It's the best TV show that I've seen, obviously because it's not a movie, but it's the best TV show that I've seen that I felt like I was a part of it and I felt like I was watching it like in person. So very good. It was very, very good, like I said, up to season 7. I would say a lot of season 7 was good. I did like a lot of season 7. Now here's another spoiler. So if you're already too far into it if you haven't seen it. So now you just got to listen to the entire thing, but I'm giving spoilers out. The whole Jon Snow and him being a Targaryen was awesome. I actually had no idea that he would be a Targaryen. I thought he would be a Baratheon by the end of it, but he was not. So I was left guessing who his father was. We found out who his mother was before we found out who his father was. But like the whole way it got played into the story was awesome. I loved that part. And then like the romance between Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen was very well put together as well. Obviously, it's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable when you find out who Jon Snow is, which I felt a little uncomfortable. But at the end, like it was just fantastically written. You get to the last season, and everybody hates the last season, or at least I say that. But like a lot of the reviews are, the last season was terrible. That petition went around. It's still going around. It's still up and active to remake season 8. And to be honest, I agree with it, because season 8, the writers, it just felt like many people have said, rushed. Everything felt rushed. The season 7 was only like 6 or 7 episodes. And same thing with the season 8 was only 7 episodes, I think. Easily could have been way more. They could have put way more in both of those episodes or both of those seasons. I think it's not, I don't know if they're stretched for money. I don't know that. Obviously, we would have to get people to, people would have to check that. I'm not going to look that up right now, but it just seemed like they had a money thing. It seemed like they were just ready to be done with the series. It had gone on for 10 years. It just seemed like they were done, the writers. So they rushed everything. And everything felt rushed. The storyline just kind of went off. The battle, okay, I'm going to rip into the Battle of Winterfell. All right. Now, I liked the Battle of Winterfell up until a certain point. There were certain things that I did not like. The beginning, like when Why can't I remember it? Um, See, I remember everything before I get behind the microphone, and then I forget everything. Um, but when the horse, the people who ride the horses, people who know the story better than I do at this current moment, know who I'm talking about. If you've seen it, obviously you know what I'm talking about. But the first people that go into the army of the dead, ride into the army of the dead. Why? Why did that need to happen? That didn't. That was rushed. The entire battle was rushed. Jon Snow should have had a battle with the Night King. That's what I was waiting for. That's what everyone was waiting for. It could have been an epic battle. Arya, aka Aya, could have killed him later, but there had to be a battle between him and Jon Snow, or Jon Snow and the Night King. Like I was waiting for that. Like I know he was going over there too. I was waiting for that. I was so hyped up for that battle. Nothing happened. In fact, the Night Walkers didn't really do any battling. Like I would have liked to see them do more like battling. They were just there. Like, come on now. Like I get like you have a big thing with the Army of the Dead, but like the White Walkers are like the creepiest thing, except like the Army of the Dead, like, yeah, that's one thing. But like the White Walkers, like, they're creepy as heck. And so like there could have easily been more fighting with them. Jon Snow should have had a battle with the Night King. It would have been epic, to save his brother and stuff. And I don't think Jon Snow's dragon should have died. I do not agree with that. What else? Jon Snow. Okay, we're gonna rip into after the battle. And my opinion on after the battle was it was boring after that. You know, do I agree? Do I think that the series should have just ended right there? No, I think there could have been more like storytelling after that. Like yeah, Daenerys knew about Jon Snow's past, but like there could have been more. There could have been a lot more. I saw an interview with the writer of the books, George R. Martin. I think that's his name. And he said, yeah, we could have easily gone 10, 12 seasons, but the writers, they just didn't want that. So it seemed like the two writers just wanted to be done with the series. And, you know, it showed. It showed, especially in the last season. Now, there were some things in the other seasons that felt rushed, felt not thought over, not creative. And, you know, like, there just could have been more. There could have been more. It could have been better written. Obviously, it was none of the fault of the crew, the actors, none of them. The writers write the story. And like, I don't know if there was a money issue. But I just feel like they were just done with the series. Like they just were trying to get it done. Obviously, they had no more books because the books are still getting written by George R. Martin. You know, but like, so they had no books to fall back on. But he was involved in the writing process. But I think he was just like, you know, not told that they had to be done, but I think he was told something along that lines of, you know, we got to be done with this. So it was just bad. I'm gonna rip into when Jon Snow killed Daenerys. Biggest letdown of the entire season. Obviously, Game of Thrones is a big series of unexpected deaths, but you know, if I was writing the story, I would have had Jon Snow team up with Daenerys, and because she said it, she said they can rule together, but he just went up and killed her. So I think that they should have ruled together. It would have made a better ending. And then like even if he like still killed Daenerys, right? I feel like he should have been the king, not Bran. Like come on now, like that's not Bran's character. He's not supposed to be the king. He's supposed to be what's called the Three-Eye Raven, and he's got all these powers, these special powers now. So like, come on now, come on. Like the whole end of the season, 8 was like just like rushed, didn't make sense. Jon Snow just goes back to the wall, which is like fine, whatever, but like, he's the rightful heir to the throne, which the throne gets burned, but he's the rightful heir. So he should have just automatically been king. I think that Daenerys and him should have ruled together, and it would have been better. But no, nope. It had to be the way the writers wanted it, which was rushed and bad. I think the petition to redo season 8 now, obviously, it was done. They finished that. The final season aired in 2019, so that was, and now it's 2022. So was that 2 years ago? So obviously nothing's going to happen now because all the actors are doing different things. The writers are doing different things. But it should have been better. So there's nothing going to come of it now. It's out there forever. It's a huge letdown. But pity to them on the last, because what could have turned into the best TV show ever turned into one of the worst TV shows ever because of the ending. Everything leads up to the ending. Now, of course, the fans know that it had to end at some point. The actors knew it. Everyone knows that. But it could have been ended better because now you have this like legacy kind of the show that it was building up fantastically. Like everything else was written beautifully. All the stories, all the deaths, all the passion, all of like the family trees were coming together, and then it just ends with the Night King getting stabbed by Arya easily, Daenerys getting killed by Jon Snow not even becoming king, getting imprisoned, and then going back to the Wall, and then everyone just leaving. Sophie Turner becoming the Queen of the North, Bran becoming the King of the Six Kingdoms. Like it just doesn't make sense, really. Like it could have been so much better. I saying that I could write it better. I don't write. I do enjoy writing. I have book ideas that I want to write one day. But like saying I could write it better, I think a lot of people could have written it better. That being said, I think writing the last season could have been written better. I wouldn't change anything else up till season 8. I would change the entire season 8. I would even argue to put more seasons out, because I do think that show deserved more seasons, and because so many different things could have been done in more seasons than what was rushed in season 8. The battle probably could have lasted 2 episodes. That would have been epic. More fighting scenes and stuff. All that could have been epic, but sorry. But yeah, I just think that, it was good. It was really good. I was so involved in it. I was like so excited for the end. And then when I saw the last season, it just ruined everything. It really did. And many people think that. And I think most of the people that were watching had that. And I can't even imagine that the people who watched it from day one, all for 10 years, all the way up to the end, I can't even imagine the disappointment that they had when they saw that last season. Because they had devoted their lives, I don't know when the day it originally aired, week by week, but say it was like a Tuesday night that it aired on, like a season aired on HBO. They watched every Tuesday night, and for 10 years or however many years, it might have been a little less than 10 years. And they're just so involved in the story, and then you just have that ending, and it was basically all a waste. Like you got to have an epic ending to really conceal an epic story. And so, it just could have been better, so much better, but, the ending really crushed crushed the entire season for me, and I feel like for many other people, because the ending's important, and that ending was terrible, and just boring and not engaging and poorly written, really. So obviously nothing can change now because it's out there. It's been out there for 3 years, 2 years, whatever. And obviously there's no sign of changing it. They're not going to change it because it's now becoming like vintage is what I want to say. So they're obviously it's just going to stay like that. But sometimes I wish these movies and TV shows would listen to the people, because the people want what they want. And the way you get money is by giving them what they want. You don't give someone who wants an Xbox a PS5. You don't do that. Like, they want an Xbox, you give them an Xbox. Like, they want a good ending, give them a good ending. They want Daenerys to rule alongside with Jon Snow, let them do that. Like, obviously, like, I get the aspect, like, as a hopeful future writer, like, I get the aspect of, not wanting people to be able to guess the ending, but like people wouldn't be upset with that type of thing, like Daenerys ruling with Jon Snow, because especially like the thing with Jon Snow and fighting the Night King should have happened. That should have happened. It doesn't matter if people guessed it or not. Like, it should have happened. Like, we were all waiting for that. Everyone was waiting for that. Now, the thing I'm saying right now with the ruling with Daenerys instead of him killing her, like people wanted that. Like, the people didn't want Daenerys to die. Obviously, she burned down the entire city, but like people didn't even want that. That part was terrible, poorly written. Also, I didn't even mention that. I can't believe I forgot that. Like, Daenerys burning down the entire city was terrible. That should never have been written. Right as the surrender, like that entire battle was going so well, and then the surrender, I thought like they were just going to keep the surrender. They're going to take over the city just with like all the people, but she basically burned the entire. I get that they were trying to bring her back to like relating to the Mad King, but like, come on. Like, she had this journey of like becoming like the great conqueror and like not like killing innocent people. Like she wasn't mad, she was different, and that's what people liked about her. And so like the writers just putting her in as just another bad king, like that was terrible. Like, come on. Like, that was poor sloppy writing. I can't even imagine what I swear to God that's his name too. Like, I'm gonna like look it up right now just so like I can correct myself if I'm wrong, because I'm gonna be sad if I get his name wrong. Where is it? Yeah, George R.R. Martin. Thank God I got that right. I can't even imagine when he read the final script on what he said. Like, I'm sure I have a huge feeling that like the two dumb writers, when they're writing season 8, they locked the door and said, "George, we'll give you the final script, but we're not including you in this final." I wouldn't be surprised if that's what went down. They said, "Yeah, we'll give you the final season when we're done. Yeah, we'll let you read it before everyone else." Like, I bet you he wasn't even involved, and I'm sure like when he read it, like his jaw dropped and like his story taken away by these two dumb idiot writers. Like, those are insults. Yeah, I'm sorry, but like it could have been so much better written. It could have been less rushed. It could have been what the people wanted. If the people wanted Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen to rule together, then that's what the people should have gotten. Doesn't matter if people guessed it. People were waiting for it. People wanted it. Give the people what they want, because I'm sure George wanted that when he was writing the book. I'm sure he didn't say, "Yeah, let me just spoil this ending and kill off Daenerys and have Jon Snow get banished back to the wall," when they've had these journeys of power, and let me just forget everything I've written, all my 20 years of writing these stories or whatever. Let me just forget everything I've written and give them these crappy endings so people can be upset about it. No, I'm sure that's not what he said. I'm sure he wanted better endings, but these writers who were writing the series basically, is what I'm saying, is took it over and just this is what happens when they take it over. It becomes terrible. And George R.R. Martin's baby just becomes, one of the worst things ever. I don't even know the rate. I know I watched videos that showed ratings of the last season, and I saw it was like 4.7 on IMDb. I don't even know what it was on Rotten Tomato, but like it wasn't good. It was bad. And I'm sure George was like, "Come on, this is my child HBO. Like I trusted you with it. Look what you did." I'm sure he's disappointed. Like not in himself, obviously, because he's a brilliant writer, but just disappointed at how like the network and the writers like took it over and just like destroyed it, Like, I could be totally wrong. He could have been involved in every single step of this writing process of the last season, but like I just feel like if he wrote it by himself, like. Obviously, because he's still writing the books, so the ending isn't done in the books. But like for the show, like I'm sure he was like, I don't want to give it away, the ending that I have. I'm sure this is what he said to the writers. I don't want to give what I have in my head for the books, so you can come up with your own for the series. And if he said that, like, kind of badass for him, but like it ruined the series, and a lot of people watched the show, and a lot of people watched it for years, and just to end it like that was terrible. So I'm going to stop ranting because I'm almost at an hour for this podcast, but that was my thoughts on the Game of Thrones. I loved it up until season 8. Like everything about the other seasons were amazing, great, fantastically written, probably because they had the book to go to fall back on. But yeah, the last season was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. Just before I go, I do want to talk about a new show actually I'm starting. I don't know when the first episode will come out. I'm not sure yet, like I just said. But I have a title, and I don't think I'm looking at it right now. No, I don't have... Do I not? Oh, I do, actually. I totally forgot. See, I'm too busy with stuff. I'm starting a new show. It's probably going to be when I come back from college. By the way, for this podcast, I think I'm going to try and release kind of like a special for the next episode. As I'm working on getting an interview with a other fellow podcaster that I actually don't know. But we're going to interview each other and put each other on our, at least I think this is how it's going to go down. I'm not sure. I think he's interviewing me. I know he's doing that. I don't know if I'm interviewing him yet, but we'll see. I'm going to try to, but we're just going to kind of do a special, kind of just talk about like, what his journey was to podcasting and stuff like that. And, yeah, but anyway, like, so that will be the next episode for this podcast if that gets done. But anyway, for this new show that I'm starting, it's called Society's Dilemma. If you haven't, actually, I'll just read the description before I just like spoil everything. So, interested in social issues, interested in learning more about them. This podcast is hosted by Tim Burgess. That's me, by the way. A sociology undergraduate student, which is what I am. I'm a sophomore, and one of my majors is sociology. So together we will discuss social issues that are present in our culture and see if we can't come up with some solutions for them. Now that sounds very much like this show, but this is where it differs from this show. All episodes will be researched with background facts that support arguments, and then at the end of each issue, at the end of each issue's presentation will be a brainstorming session for solutions that will lead to ongoing discussions about change. It says, join us on this journey to talk about society's dilemmas. So basically kind of like just a quick, layman's terms of what the show is going to be about. I am going to choose an issue such as poverty. research the heck out of it, or as much as I can with like academic sources and stuff. I'm going to present that issue in one show. That one's going to be more scripted and stuff and not me ad-libbing. Ad-libbing. And so it's going to be kind of more professionally done. It's going to take me a little longer to do those, like edit those episodes and stuff, because I want it to sound good and all that stuff. But basically, I'm going to research it. I'm going to present you the facts on what I found that are obviously unbiased. They're purely research facts. And then I'm going to kind of discuss my opinion about the issue, what like solutions I've come up with like from the research or other things. And then I'm going to hopefully on my website open up a kind of just like a discussion link if you would like to weigh in on what I've said or your opinions on the issue, and I'll share those. And like it's going to have like what your solution about the issue would be. And then not on the next episode, but like it's going to be included in that episode. I'm going to read those. And maybe in the future, like have some people come on and talk about their opinion and stuff, on that issue. And then like I said, a brainstorming thing, kind of like, just to figure out, a possible solution for it. And then maybe some change will come from it. And maybe with everything that I've talked about on the show with people like from the community, not just mine, other communities. Sorry, my camera just stopped, but I don't know why. Has been stopped. That's awesome. There, I'll start it again. There we go. Sorry for people watching the video. That the camera just turned off, so I don't know what I'm gonna do for that. But anyway, what was I saying? Like maybe like if it's like something that sparks a lot of discussion and stuff, I think that like I'll write a letter or something, and from what all I've like heard from the research that I've done, from my opinion, from the opinion of others, like to like a congressperson or something, to see like if a change can be made with what we've come up with on the show. And I might even say, listen to that episode. So yeah, that's kind of like a special project. I'm really excited for it. Stay tuned for more updates on that. It's not going to come for a few more months at least. And so, yeah. So if you're interested in listening to that, make sure you stay tuned for that. It's called Society's Dilemmas, hosted by me. Obviously, it's not on anything right now, so you can't really find it, I don't think. But yeah, just stay tuned for that if you're interested. And then if you're interested in like weighing in on some of your things, make sure you watch my website for links that will bring you to a discussion page where we can talk about some of those issues. So yeah, so that's all I got for today's episode. Thank you so much for everyone who has come to listen to it. Thank you for everyone who's listened to the end. Thank you for everyone who has stuck with me with testing out the camera thing. If you're watching this on YouTube, hey, what's up? Hopefully you enjoyed watching me. I know I'm looking everywhere in my room, but I'll get used to the camera thing. I think I got to get a new camera, but we'll see. But yeah, so if you haven't already, make sure you check out my Instagram. It's a dogs talk /Tim Burgess, I think. Everything's linked in the description of each show. And then make sure you check out my personal Twitter, which is tburgess25. No, Tim Burgess. You just look it up. You'll see my picture on there. As I'm trying to pick up. Come on. Make sure you also check out the Facebook page for the show. It's A Dogs Talk with Tim Burgess. Also, the Instagram is A Dogs Talk /podcast. Make sure you check out my TikTok. I haven't posted anything since the last show, but I got to start working on that more. I think I'm going to work on that at school. My TikTok is A Dogs Talk /podcast. My Twitter is at tburgess25. Make sure you go follow that. And I've added a new thing. I'm not really sure how it works. I haven't done much on it, but it's a Patreon. You can donate to the show. I haven't made a a subscribe thing yet where I have exclusive content. Sorry, my COVID just came back. But make sure you just go check it out if you have a Patreon. If you want to donate to the show, you can do it on there. All donations are welcome. Thank you very much in advance for doing that. But it's a Dog's Talk with Timber. Just literally, you just look that up on Patreon. But yeah, and my business email's on there if you want to just shoot me a chat. So thank you so much for everyone for listening. I hope you'll join me on the next episode. And until then, see you on the next episode. Have a great day.